In the little town of Pine Hollow, Christmas wasn't just a holiday, it was a way of life. At the centre of it all was Santa Joe. For over 20 years he'd been the town's official Santa. Not some random guy in a mall costume, no, Joe was Santa Claus. His beard was real, his belly shook when he laughed, and his eyes twinkled with that classic Santa charm. Every kid knew him. Every parent trusted him. He didn't just hand out gifts, he brought magic. Every Christmas parade, every photo op, every holiday party, Joe was there, reliable, jolly, loved. But this year, something was different. It started with little things. Joe's house, usually glowing with Christmas lights by December 1st, stayed dark. No wreath on the door, no blow-up snowman on the lawn. When he finally showed up in his Santa suit on Christmas Eve, he looked tired. His suit was worn, his smile forced, and slung over his shoulder wasn't his usual toy sack. It was an old, dirty burlap bag. It clinked as he walked. The Thompsons were the first, a perfect little family in a picture-perfect home. The parents were sipping eggnog by the tree, their kids asleep upstairs. They didn't hear the window slide open. They didn't hear the heavy boots stepping softly across their carpet. But they did hear the creak of the floorboard behind them. When they turned around, there he was, Santa Joe, beard, suit, axe. "Merry Christmas," he whispered. The axe fell, once, twice. When the kids crept downstairs in the early hours of Christmas morning, they found the tree still lit, the presents still wrapped, and the room eerily silent. House by house, Joe moved through Pine Hollow. No chimney was too small, no window too high. The kids, he left them sleeping peacefully. But the adults, they weren't so lucky. By sunrise, the snow wasn't white anymore. It was stained red. Police cars clogged the narrow streets. Sirens screamed into the quiet dawn. Children wandered outside in pajamas, clutching stuffed animals, confused faces staring up at blinking lights and police tape. But Santa Joe, he was gone. Some said he'd fled to the woods. Others swore they saw him walking calmly down Main Street, axe over his shoulder, whistling a Christmas tune. The town of Pine Hollow doesn't do Christmas the same way anymore. The kids still hang stockings, they still write letters to Santa, but the adults, they lock their windows, they triple-check their doors. And every Christmas Eve, some of them leave out cookies, not out of tradition, but out of fear. No one knows why Joe snapped. Was it years of loneliness? Did the weight of carrying everyone else's joy finally break him? Or was there something darker behind that jolly red suit? But if you ever hear sleigh bells on a quiet Christmas Eve night, don't look outside, don't leave the window open, and whatever you do, don't let him in. But if you've made it this far and you're thinking, okay, besides a crazy Santa, what are the actual top 5 causes of death during the holidays? You need to keep watching, because here they are. The holiday season, a time of shimmering lights, cozy fires and cheerful carols. But beneath the sparkling ornaments and festive cheer lies a shadowy truth. December is a month where joy can curdle into tragedy in the blink of an eye. Picture this, a glittering tree, twinkling with lights, and underneath it, an untouched pile of gifts, because the person meant to open them never made it home. The holidays have a dark side, and today we're diving into the top 5 deadly causes of death during the holidays, with all the gruesome details most people are too afraid to share. You might think holiday horror stories are just urban legends, but the numbers tell a grim tale. Heart attacks spike like deadly clockwork every Christmas and New Year's. Emergency rooms overflow, not just with chest pains, but mangled bodies from icy road accidents and pale faces gasping for breath from winter-borne respiratory infections. And just when you think it can't get worse, hidden dangers, loneliness, substance abuse and despair tighten their icy grip. Let's unwrap these 5 deadly risks, one blood-curdling layer at a time. Number 1 is heart attacks, the silent killer in the snow. Your heart races, not from excitement, but from clogged arteries, frozen veins, and unchecked stress. Picture Uncle Joe laughing one minute over a slice of pie, clutching his chest the next, collapsing into the mashed potatoes. Overeating, skipping medications, and the biting cold create the perfect storm. Hospitals become battlefields, packed with people fighting for one more heartbeat. 2. Motor vehicle accidents. Twisted metal and holiday lights, icy roads, blinding snow, a driver celebrating a little too hard before getting behind the wheel. Now picture flashing police lights illuminating a crumpled car, steam rising from the engine. And a family trapped inside, silent still. Every holiday season, roads become arenas of twisted metal and shattered lives. 3. Suicide and mental health crises, the loneliest time of year. Behind closed curtains in dimly lit rooms, some people spend the holidays not in celebration, but in crushing isolation. The weight of loneliness, debt and regret can push someone to the edge. While the statistics may not show a dramatic peak in suicides, the despair is palpable. The sound of a phone call unanswered. A knock on the door left echoing in an empty home. 4. Accidental overdose, a deadly toast. Champagne glasses clink, laughter echoes. But in a shadowy corner, someone takes one pill too many. Alcohol and recreational drugs flow freely during the holidays. But for some, it's not just celebration, it's escape. And sometimes, escape has no return ticket. Imagine someone being found hours later, face down in a pool of spilled wine. 5. Respiratory infections, the invisible grim reaper, the flu, pneumonia, COVID-19. These aren't just seasonal sniffles, they're microscopic assassins, hitching rides on hugs, shared spoons and crowded airport terminals. In hospital wards, ventilators hum a mechanical lullaby, while exhausted nurses fight to keep fragile lungs breathing. For the elderly and immune-compromised, even a family gathering can become a death sentence. The holidays don't have to be a blood-soaked horror story. Awareness is our shield, prevention our weapon. Take your medications, monitor your heart health, drive with caution, and look out for loved ones who might be struggling. If something feels wrong, don't wait, call for help. Life is fragile and joy is fleeting. But with care and caution, we can ensure more happy endings around the holiday table. Call to action. Did these chilling facts shock you? Do you have tips for staying safe during the holidays? Share your thoughts in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe for more eye-opening health content. Disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider for health concerns.